we start where we should. Now, an investigation has begun to establish the cause of the Amref Aircraft crash that happened today afternoon at Mwihoko in Kiambu County. 6 people, including 2 pilots, 2 medical personnel, and 2 Mwihoko residents, have been confirmed dead following the fatal crash, while several other people were injured by the falling debris. Let's now link up with our reporter, David Mwihoko, who's at the site of the crash with the latest. David, what do we know so far from that incident that happened late this evening?
Well, we are at the site where the crash actually happened, and officers from the Air Accident Investigation Department have taken over the probe into what actually led to that aircraft belonging to Amref actually coming down in a fatal manner that not only saw all those on board, as we have confirmed, dead, but also several residents and locals who are actually in their homes also dead. And I can actually now like to paint a picture of the damage that was witnessed here. This is part of the debris that has been recovered from the hole where that particular plane actually was in. And that particular hole is just a meter from this point, you can see right there. And that place actually had a house where we understand there was a father and the daughter, and the 2 of them have been confirmed dead after that aircraft hit here and blew up. There was fire, and the other people, neighbors here, as you can see, there was actually a building there, but you can see the place there's a hole, another part has been flattened, and that shows the extent of the damage that was witnessed here. Several neighbors, because part of the debris also fell on the roofs of other houses here, are said to have sustained several injuries and have been taken to nearby hospitals, including the Ruiru Hospital. And we will be trying to establish the extent of the injuries that they sustained. But just a recap of what actually happened. We understand that the plane, a Cessna Citation, left Wilson Airport at around 2:14 p.m. But 3 minutes later, the air control lost communication with the aircraft. And according to locals, some minutes to 3 p.m., that's when they had a loud bang, and then they saw a black smoke coming from this particular area. And upon rushing here, that is where they found the particular situation as described earlier. So we understand, and having also spoken to Amref, that 4 people, there were 2 pilots and 2 medical personnel who are on board of that particular aircraft have been confirmed dead, and 2 people who are here have also been confirmed dead, and the 2 here have been taken to City Mortuary where their bodies now are being preserved. Now, there was a joint search and rescue operation involving and that roped in not only the locals but also officers from the KDF. There is a camp nearby. There were police officers as well as officers from the Kenya Red Cross as well as the Amref who are here. And I'd actually want to hear from one of the local who's here who had the bang and actually rushed here. Labda unaitwa nani na ni kipi ulisikia na ni kipi ulijionea hapa?
Kwa majina naitwa George Mburu. Nilikuwa naenda shughuli zangu mchana mwendo wa kitu saa 8 hivi. But wakati nilikuwa natoka nikienda shughuli zangu town, nikasikia mlipuko. After kuangalia nikaona kuna moshi imepanda juu. So nikaonelea wacha nifike hapo chini nikanjue ni nini kimeendelea. But upon arriving here, nikapata ni ndege imeanguka na imekosa lot of damage, na kulikuwa pia kuna waka. So tukaonelea badala mimi kwenda shughuli zangu town, nikaona afadhali nibaki tu hapa nifanye rescue mission. Nikaanza kutoa zile mabaki zilikuwa zimebaki hapo, na tukajaribu kuokoa wenye walikuwa wamepatikana. Though hakuna mtu mwenye tuliokoa, hata ingawa tulipata mzazi mwanaume na msichana walikuwa trapped in the house. Nao walikuwa wamechomeka and they were dead. So it was, haikuwa kitu mzuri, it was not a scene yenye inaweza furahia, lakini wenye walijeruhiwa walikufa wameenda mortuary, na wenye walikuwa wameboard hiyo ndege tuseme it was hawakupatikana wote, lakini walipatikana parts za mwili cause inekani kama zi walikuwa wamekatakatwa. So that's what I know. Yeah.
All right. Asante sana kwa maoni yako. Indeed, he is part of the locals who are involved in that search and rescue operation. There were actually hundreds of locals here by the time we arrived here. The area has been cordoned off and a number or a majority of them have actually left. But we understand that these officers will be burning the midnight oil, trying to comb through the debris here, trying to piece together whatever pieces of evidence that they will find in their quest to understand what actually led to the crash that saw 2 locals so far and the 4 people who are on board of the Amref aircraft that was headed to Somalia dead. Back to you in studio.